WillturnerfanAWE for sending me a couple new Once Upon a Time on-set photos, and we're here to discuss the three of them. And they're pretty decent photos. They don't give too much away, but they're good enough to pose a video for. So let's get right into the three of them. So the first one we have is a double photo looking at Hook and Emma. And I'm guessing in this photo, because it's a little blurry with Colin O'Donoghue right here, he's smiling at her. So I'm guessing from this photo, she found him. It's also taking place at night, so maybe she's in the graveyard or in like the deepest part of hell or the underworld. And this is their reunion scene. I don't think it'll happen in the first episode, though. It doesn't make sense to happen right away. It feels more practical in the sense of a season arc or a second season arc to have them look for him for at least 2 to 3 episodes and then have some type of consequence or realize the consequence of trying to revive him. Or this is the scene of her splitting her heart and giving it to him and then him smiling because he realized just how much she truly loves him. I just really love seeing that smile in her broken face. She looks so depressed right here. It's actually kind of sad looking at Jennifer Morrison. And Jennifer Morrison is beautiful, but right here she looks so broken. But just this image right here with Colin looking so happy. But it must be because he's so happy to see her. Or, like I said, the love thing. But either way, I think this photo is stunning. So, the next photo to discuss. It's Zelena and Hades, or the Distinguished Gentleman, but we all know that this is Hades. And then we also have a mic guy right here. So we have the fake clock tower. Now, for a lot of you, you probably know this. The clock tower in Storybrooke is CGI, so they probably had to build a fake one. Obviously, they built a fake one. It's right here. We're looking at it. So I think this is kind of interesting that, A, they decided to build a real clock tower, or a fake one. And then we have Zelena meeting Hades. Now, Zelena was banished in Swan Song to Oz, and then somehow she made it to the underworld. Did Dorothy kill her? And now she's here and she wants revenge. She's going to make a deal. I can't tell if she's bleeding. I see a streak on Rebecca Mader's face, but I can't tell if that's blood. Give a little bit of a look, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's some type of mic that they'll zoom out or edit out in post-production. But from this scene alone, we can figure out that Zelena and Hades are going to have some type of interaction, and that's pretty cool. I like Zelena a lot. I particularly like Rebecca Mader as Zelena. I think Rebecca Mader is a great actress. She's so funny, and her interactions with all the characters is great, you know, especially her with Lana Priya. But I love the idea of somehow Dorothy killed her, and now she's going to make a deal with the devil, which is actually very symbolic of history because, you know, witches who were, you know, killed, like in Salem and whatnot, were thought to have made pacts with the devil. So, in Hades, granted he's not the devil in Greek mythology, but I think he has devil features in Once Upon a Time from the descriptions I've read. So now Zelena's going to do that like typical witch thing, make a deal with the devil, maybe somehow sell her soul, kind of like Meg did in Hercules, and then he'll own her. And then maybe they'll have to save Zelena. I doubt that, though. But what could this pact be? Please share your thoughts about that in the comments. I think that's a really interesting thing to discuss. And also, like I said, I like how they made the real clock tower, because I like how the underworld is Storybrooke on its head, upside down. But the one thing I'm really curious as to why Storybrooke is going to be the underworld, or why Storybrooke upside down will be the underworld. That's my question, if anyone has an idea for that, because it doesn't... I mean, I guess everyone who's going to the underworld lives in Storybrooke, so it kind of makes sense, like their home has been turned on its head. But it could have been so many other things. It could have been dark, like Neverland, but whatever. All right, one more photo to look at, and it's kind of a boring one. It's just Greg German, the Distinguished Gentleman, Hades, holding a piece of paper, and he's behind a broken clock tower, and we already discussed the clock tower in the Zelena picture. But what is the purpose of this tower? Or not the tower, the document in his hand. Why is he holding this? It's probably a contract, and it's probably some type of Faustian bargain between him and maybe Zelena from that other picture, or him and Meg. Meg is coming in the next episode, so maybe this is from the episode 13, not episode 12. But either way, what is the contract for? I think that's the most interesting part about the picture. I mean, he's not with any other characters, so I really have nothing else to really dissect it for. But I like it because it shows that Hades is still making deals like he did in the Hercules movie, which is very good. Very good. I like the fact that Once Upon a Time is bringing in elements from the movie, bringing in elements from mythology, most likely. So I'm curious to see what will be going on here. I really can't wait to see the Underworld. Obviously, from the trailer that we watched, the trailer shows the Underworld is in like a red hue, and here it's just how it regular would be because it hasn't gone through post yet. But either way, share your thoughts about the comments. Share your thoughts about the comments. Share your thoughts about the pictures in the comments below. I'm assuming the last one I just showed will be everyone's least favorite. Well, the first two will be the ones to really post discussion. So I like the first one the best, and then I'm really curious about this deal with Zelena and Hades because I wonder if Dorothy is able to get rid of her, which we discussed in the Dorothy returning news video. But as of now, those are the 3 photos I have to discuss Once Upon a Time. Season 5 is returning March 6th. I believe during the Oscars, like we did last year, we will get a new trailer. And thank you very much to WillturnerfanAWE for sharing these 3 photos with me. You also did share another photo with Emma and Hook, but that photo was fan-made, so I did not include that here. But thank you again for showing these. If you guys have any photos you want me to discuss and review, share them. So thank you so much for tuning into this review, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.